Hello, I am the irreverent William Ernest Jones, founder and sole proprietor of the original Atheist Church of Texas. Friends, I'm glad you could be here with me today to hear my message of hope and the good news of man's enlightenment. Now, as you're sitting there listening to me, I think I know the question that's uppermost in your mind right now. You're thinking, Atheist Church? Atheist Church? William Ernest Jones, have you flipped your stupid lid? What in the hell are you talking about? Well, I understand if you have misgivings. Sure, I'd have misgivings too. I'd be thinking about those theists, those believers. You know what I'm talking about? Those people who like to mock and denigrate our view by saying, oh, atheism is just a religion. Yeah, that's right. They say atheism is a religion and we accept our atheist ideas on faith. That's what they say. They say we believe evolution just because some scientist, some man in a white coat, some authority figure says that it's so, and we take him at his word. We take him on faith. Well, we know that that's a fallacy. We understand the nature of that fallacy. There's just a little bit of difference now, isn't there, between a peer-reviewed scientist and some prophet who slinks off to the mountains by himself and comes back and says he saw God in a burning bush. So, if you have misgivings, I understand. And it just doesn't sound right either. How can you have a religion when you don't actually believe in a God? Well, let me ask you this. Just because we don't believe in a God, does that mean we don't believe in anything? I believe in something. I believe in rationalism. That's right, folks. And our belief, our rational belief, does not depend on faith, but on skepticism. We don't need faith when we have logic and reason. We don't need faith when we have evidence. Folks, we don't need faith when we have facts. If we believe something, we believe it because it's logical. If we believe something, we believe it because it has survived the scrutiny of the scientific community. So when some theist attempts to mock and say, oh, atheism is just a religion, I'll say, yes, it's just a religion, but it's not a religion of faith. It's a religion of understanding. And they'll mock further, they'll say, oh, but you have your own holy books and your own prophets. And here again, reflexively, we tend to deny the idea. Oh, we don't take any of that on faith, you say. Okay. So we don't have our own holy books, huh? Well, let me ask you a question, folks. Wouldn't you say that the origin of species is the seminal work upon which the theory of evolution was based? And wouldn't you say that Charles Darwin is one of the foremost giants upon whose shoulders every modern biologist stands? I say yes! And we may not have prophets and preachers, but as sure as night follows day, we've got leaders and teachers. We've got Richard Dawkins, Daniel Dennett, Sam Harris, and the inimitable Christopher Hitchens, and that's just to name a few. I say we owe these people a profound debt for their efforts to lift the veil of ignorance and superstition from the eyes of humanity. So, are we a religion? Do we have our prophets and holy books? Well, yes, I say so. And here's another thing that those theists, those believers, will sometimes say. It's a silly thing to say, but they'll say it nonetheless. They'll say, atheists believe what they believe only because they love to sin. That's right. We cling to our atheism. We reject God just because we love to sin. Well, if by sin you mean thinking for yourself, then yes, we love our sin. If by sin you mean accepting the tenets of good science and the accumulated wisdom of humanity, then yes, we love our sin. If by sin you mean allowing consenting adults to form unions and express their love for one another in ways that make them happy, then yes, we love our sin. And if sin means sleeping late on Sunday morning, I say, so be it. And if sin means paying a visit to the liquor store on a Sunday afternoon, I say, let it be so. For verily I say unto you, life is short and time is sacred, and every day is holy, and no one day is any more holy than the next. And another thing, my friends, it shouldn't be just the theist, the believer, who gets to enjoy the benefits of tax-exempt status. It shouldn't be just the theist and the believer who gets preferential treatment for his religion. That's what I say, folks. So I say, come on and embrace the religious nature of atheism. And who will come down today? Who will come down to the altar and profess his rationality before men? Who will come down and publicly place his bet with Mr. Pascal on the probable prognosis of eternity? Who will come down here today and accept the warm wind of intelligent thought from the blow dryer of truth? That's right, my friends. Let us evaporate that warm, wet, sappy feeling of baptism from your brain. Come on down. Come on down, folks.
Count me in on that.
Yeah, fucking right.
Yeah, let's go on down.
Hey, wait for me.
I'm coming too.